This is one of the largest modern military roleplay groups on Roblox, and today we go behind the walls of Fort Martin to take a look at Zanance's USAR. Joining us today is the new USAR Army Staff, the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Proboolean, and the Director of Army Staff, General benj7484.
Hello, my name is
Hello, my name is Big Man Jeff. Nah, right. Hello, my name is General Proboolean. I'm the CSA of USAR.
And hello, my name is General benj7484. I am the Director of Army Staff.
Okay, I'll start. I started back in 2019 as a developer. From there, I progressed in one ID at the time, up to being a major. And then I shot over to ISA as an intelligence advisor. And from intelligence advisor, I went to be the CG of ISA. And then from there, I became my first term as CSA. Until my removal in August of 2020. And then 2020 October, I went to Spacecom CG. From Spacecom CG, I then was the CSA again. And then I left. And then came back as a major in ASCC. And then I became the INSCOM CG. And then from the INSCOM CG, I then came the HRC CG. And then I came then I came CG again. And then I went to MIC CG. And then I left. And then I came back now. Yeah, this is my fourth term as CG. CSA, sorry.
I started working for Zanance's USAR in about 2020. I had a short period in ASOC. I believe I was in SOAR, but I really can't remember that far. After that, I did end up going to Forces Command, which I was in 4ID, I believe, or something like that. I was only there for about 2 weeks or something. And then after that, I joined Alpha Company within the Military Police Corps and just ranked up there. I eventually became the Deputy Provost Marshal General. And then from there, I became the Director of Army Staff.
Should have stayed there, really. But, you know, it's what it is.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we gotta unfuck everything, because as most people have said, and I'm just quoting here from multiple sources, the biggest quote I've got is, "It's like a dictatorship, so we're going to stop it being that. We're going to go back to our ways of getting commands to be run by actually the command, and try and get stability across the whole group. Bring some stuff in, update the maps, make it more fun on base, so people spend more time on base, and create an atmosphere which is going to basically make this group progress, and in time people spend in the group." Benj?
During my time as Army Staff, as Director of Army Staff, I'll be supporting General Proboolean in his tasks and ensuring that the issues such as officer discipline that are currently around are extinct.
To put it lightly, right, I'm the big cheese, alright?
And I'm his
And
little bitch.
I'm telling my small cheeses what to fucking do. Alright?
I am Proboolean's little bitch.
That there is exactly what he is. Well, there's three reasons. One is I put so much time and effort into this group. One being as dev, two being as like army staff. And over the 4 years, 4 years, I've put so much changes, and I've changed this group for the better. And every time I come back, it's either been shafted, over, or something's happened which I've been requested to come back to make it stable again. The second reason is the money. And the third reason is I just like it, really.
There is secretly a fourth reason that he's got to supervise the route, which would be me.
Well, no, that's not a reason. I'd rather not do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as Grace said, the CG of Forcecom's combat is a bit shit.
Most of Forcecom's kind of shit.
Apparently. So I want to prove that massively, because we can't have that. They're basically looking like meat shields of USAR at the moment. So I basically want to improve Forcecom a lot, because even if the CG is saying it, then there's obviously a problem. So, and also SF is reopening, so ASOG is going to have a lot of skills going their way. That's going to boost their special forces capabilities. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good overall, or we'll get there anyway.
Yeah, I would solidly agree with Proboolean's statement. There are areas for improvement. Obviously, no one's perfect, and obviously we have different commands which encompass different skills. So when it comes to NPC, it's more about law enforcement. Tradoc, it's more about training, and then Forcecom and AirSoc, it's obviously more when it comes to combative skills. So we try to ensure that it's an inclusive place for everyone, in a way. No matter what you prefer doing, there's something there for you.
In a year, so at the moment we're in right now, in the next year, I hope to see more members. I hope I'm still here, and I hope that it's progressed in tech advances, like massively. So we have the map, cars, games getting about 200 members average, and we have a lot of small commands open. Maybe like first cav appears somewhere.
Hey, it's Shadow from the future, and my life's going great as the entire video with the subtitles in it is now corrupted. Like, the file itself is not opening anymore. I can't upload it to YouTube because it gives me an error. So I had to re-edit most of it from this point forward. There's going to be no more subtitles because I don't want to sit for another week and re-subtitle the entire video. So you guys are going to have to do without subtitles from here on out. No, it's not my fault. Blame this random frog for the video getting corrupt. I really cannot edit all the subtitles in again.
We've had Mountain Division be mentioned as well.
No, Mountain Division, no. Some like AG to come back, Delta Force to come back. So like make this group back to how it was, basically.
I hope I'll still be here if Proboolean hasn't fired me by then.
Mate, you've got about a 3-month period, and I'll rethink about it.
At best. I hope I'll still be here, but we'll have to see about that one. And again, just supporting the rest of Army staff with their tasks, as well as getting on with my own. Making sure officers and HQ are doing what they need to do effectively and to a high standard, so the group can continue developing in both when it comes to tech and our personnel, of course. Beth getting fired.
Either something I've done to someone that's made their life memorable. Either making them cry. No, I can't say that. I've got so many. Shit. I don't know. I'm gonna pass on this one. There's so many I can't actually pick one.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my answer because no, fuck it.
The money. I mean, no, it's not. I'm joking. Changing this group for the better is what motivates me every day. I think if I can get this group into a place where the player count is high enough, everyone's actually fully enjoying themselves, I think that I'll be in a happier place with myself, that I've actually done something.
When it comes to maintaining motivation, making friends and creating connections with different people is essential. I'm lucky enough to work with the special child swimming.
That's it.
There we go. Keeps us all entertained, and all the other stuff that I get to work with. They're all great at the jobs, and they keep us all very entertained with what they're saying. Just like the Forcecom CG saying their command is shit at combat.
I wouldn't join it again, to be honest. It's been a horrible experience. I'm joking. I probably, as I said last time, stay as listed. I think I went into the officer role too quickly, and I just love seeing all these enlisted guys come on base and not mess around, just like enjoy themselves, and not have that pressure of like a quota, or not have that pressure of being pushed to do something. So yeah, it's just like, it feels like chillness, and I feel I should have stayed doing that for a long period of time.
If I was to join USAR all over again, I'd probably avoid Proboolean. He's a pain in the ass. Jokes, love him. But to be honest, I don't think I'd do anything different. However, I had my time as enlisted when I was CFS of Alpha and acting BSM for a while, and I've had a decent chance with officers, obviously making all the way up to DAS, so I think I'm pretty solid. I would have liked to try more commands though, more varied commands, like when we used to have AFA and all that stuff. I think it would have been fun to try those before obviously they got shut down and everything. But that's it really.
Well, no. At the moment, we're still sorting out like small details of like army staff itself, and then going to talk to HQ. So nothing will be happening for a while. So yeah, no, you gotta wait a bit longer.
We do have the rearrangement of Fort Martin.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that development-wise, there's stuff coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was development-wise. That question was.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry.
Well.
Yes. So we have a rearrangement of Fort Martin coming out, so it'll spice up the base a bit. Hopefully, get activity up. I'm hoping that activity from HQ and GOs and stuff will increase because we all know that they can be known for not coming on base too much in certain areas. However, the Fort Martin is going to look very different, and in majority of the areas, with new things coming and all that stuff, and it should be quite cool to see everyone's reaction to it.
I'm going to start with Benj. You start this question first.
So I've only just become DAS. However, when I was in MPC as the Deputy Provost Marshal General, we managed to create a new battalion in there known as the 18th Battalion, which is now at over 200 members, I'd say, roughly. That's just off the top of my head there, so don't fact check me on it. We managed to revive SRT, which when I became NPC High Command was a complete mess. We had CID for a short while, however, that project kind of flopped a bit, to say the least. We have accomplished a lot within NPC, and I'm hoping to make wider changes and improvements USAR wide now that I've become a member of Army Staff.
So when I started in the group, I started up the Trellos, documents and stuff, so it's all clear. So we did a rebirth of UCMJ, rewrote that. We rewrote the admin docs, and then brought in the ward decorations, made it a Trello, made it documents, made it more clear, and it's been like that since. So it's obviously a long-standing thing that everyone likes. I also set out to put more realism into the group. So that being FPS and everyone having that sort of milsim experience. We also set out for just making it a fun experience, really, overall. I think back in the day it was very straight, and I've slowly made it more fun in how it's done. So there's a balance between strictness and fun. That recently has become more strictness than fun, but we're going to basically bring it back. But yeah, since I started here, I've changed a lot. There was quite a lot back in 2019, but I think it probably was Special Forces was the first one. And instead I bought an officer pass while being a dev here, and I went into 1ID because there was a job opening, a job application. I went for it. But apart from that, yeah, Special Forces probably.
The first division I wanted to join at first sight was actually SOAR. I saw them about quite a lot, and I did end up joining eventually, but wasn't there for long. I got reformed for inactivity because I didn't know what I was doing. I was a very confused E2.
Getting CSA for 4 times. Before I got in this group, I wasn't really friends with Sam. I think I made such an impacting improvement on the group in ISA that I was given the job really quickly as first time as CSA. And I think my first term as CSA, I made friends with Sam through just like everything I was doing. And like when I came back for the 4th time, he said to me, I haven't really worked with anyone as well as I've worked with you. So, yeah, that probably.
The achievement I'm most proud of probably would be, well, similar to hers, is becoming DAS. When I first joined USAR, I never even thought I'd become an officer. Whereas now, obviously, I'm a general, so it's quite a step up from what I even had in mind. But yeah.
Probably just letting people find stuff out themselves. I think if you jump too fast on something, it can always go bad. Like so many situations I've sort of lightly sorted something out and let the person do them themselves. I think before I was too hands-on, too like jumping in there, and changing things for what I wanted and not what people wanted. And I think it destroyed the experience of some people in the group. So I sort of stepped back and let people do what they wanted to do. And basically, in my view, I gave them the view, and they sort of just went off and sort of was like, okay, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna do it like that, but I went this way, and then I sort of just let them do their own sort of stuff. I think that's the best way forward because it also gives their experience in relation to how they want to basically be an officer. So yeah, just let people do. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Benj?
Yes. I've learned surprisingly quite a bit from working in USAR, such as obviously quite a lot of the time in positions where, like me and Pro are in at the moment, we rely on people to do stuff for us. So if I give a HQ member a task, or if Pro gives me a task, and let's say it's done, you never know that thing's gonna sit there perfectly, all sorted, and even though it's fine at one point, you never know it's going to be fine, let's say, in a couple of weeks, 2 months' time. So you've got to be constantly monitoring different things, different areas, making sure that, obviously, well, at this point, the group is still going strong. There's not many downfalls to it. As well as that, from interacting with so many different people and stuff throughout the community, you learn a lot about people and what brings them here, why they're here, and all the different sort of stuff like they do. Like, for example, I work in healthcare, whereas quite a few people that I know, such as Pro, works in film and GFX and all that sort of stuff, and whatever else. There's a lot of different people, and respecting those differences, learning about them, and it's really interesting to get to know the many types of different people that actually come here.
I think when I was talking to people when I was out of the group and just as a dev, a lot of it was like, oh, I don't want to go on Fort Mine because it's too strict with police, NPC and stuff. So I think we're either looking more into that and see how we can sort of down it, but not too far down so it ruins that roleplay aspect. Just so people enjoy themselves in their own base. And also make it more of a community than like strictness and like a job. That's also one.
Something I feel that we can do to make USAR a more fun place for everyone is by opening up more courses, more opportunities for different things, such as, all the badges you can earn. I think making those more accessible or just generally there in some circumstances would really benefit the group, because as much as obviously it's a little thing when it comes to what it actually represents and stuff. I mean, when you can look at it in real life, it's just, a Lego game, a Lego badge. I mean, for that person in that command, they've accomplished something, and that can mean quite a lot to some people, especially when for a Roblox group you generally get children and quite young people in it. I think it's definitely a good way to go when it comes to motivating people to be active in the group.
And you also remember like this is a game.
Mm-hmm.
So like those quotas that extend past that and making people think that's more, it's not a game. It's something that we also got to remember, because so many people, I've seen so many people take that away for being stressed or like those reasons. And I think we need to remember that this is a hobby, this is a game, and they should be respected for that. So my favourite division would probably be Spacecom. That was just a whole different ball game. We created something from the ground up. We still used realistic elements, so we used bits of like special forces and 75th Rangers and stuff. So the combat side, then we used a bit of like real life stuff and what Space Force was like. And we just created a whole command to our own view and what we wanted. It was still going to be in the eyes of the group to fight people outside the MMC, my military community. So we wanted it to be a special forces sort of command, but also having that fun aspect of, or as we like to call it, like the Halo aspect of it. But yeah, no, it was really, really fun. We had so much fun building that command.
My favorite command probably was NPC when all the old people were still in it. We had a lot of fun back then, and sadly, majority of them have disappeared or whatever since. We still have a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Section 7 as well. That was fun. Some very interesting things happened in there when it was still Section 7, now known as MIC.
So, right, let me just get this down to the balls. Swim, he's a character that he has so many personalities, and he comes at you at so many different angles that you don't expect it. Like, sometimes he can be the nicest bloke you can ever meet, and then sometimes he can be the idiot with 2 brain cells, which then creates a whole different avenue of just havoc. So, over the years I've known Swim, it's been ups and downs, really. At the moment, he's in my good books, but some days if his brain cells turned off and he gets into that idiot stage, you never know, he might force my hand to kick him out of the group.
Yeah, Swim's just a special child. He's funny at times, but sometimes it can be a bit annoying when he's pressuring something like CID or expanding MIC public affairs. He's very persistent with things that he wants, which isn't always a bad thing, but sometimes can be. But yeah, he's a special child.
No. When Zan doesn't pay me, probably. Nah, probably if my job gets more busy than it is currently, if I have more films to do, or if I get too old for the game, which probably is the main one, really.
For me, it's probably when Proboolean fires me, which will probably be in about a week or 2.
3 months.
Oh, well, there we go. 3 months. Don't worry, I'll put it on my calendar.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, if work starts getting too much and I can't do my job effectively or something along those lines, or university and stuff, then that's when I'll probably have to, resign. But apart from that, I have no plans at the moment, apart from 3 months' time.
Probably when I was doing OCS as a laugh, and I forgot how the inspection went. Like actually doing the inspection. Like I can do it from the army staff. Oh, this is the problem with being army staff for so long and being a CG, that you don't actually know how to do that as a listed or as an officer doing the inspection. I failed massively, and it was really funny because I actually wrote the document for the inspection guide, or helped make it, so I looked like a total idiot.
Have you read up on the new inspection regs?
I have, yes.
Okay, thank God. Probably my most embarrassing time was my 3 suspensions. Not 3, 2 even. 2 suspensions.
Who suspended you?
I wonder.
No.
I think it was a joint decision between Proboolean and Faith FCM, ex-General Faith FCM, who is no longer in USAR. But fun times. I got a free holiday, lads. No jokes, but yeah, that's my most embarrassing time.
Who? No, I'm joking. I think at the moment in time, a 8, possibly 7.
Yeah, I would agree with from 8 bordering 7. However, with us as army staff and doing the work that we need to right now to get everything back on track, I think we can certainly lift that up quite a bit.
When you're ready.
Can I mark down? You've got all that. Sure.
Go.
Seriously. It's fine. Who's going first?
You obviously get the higher rank.
Yeah, I got sometimes supervise swim, but you know, he's a bit autistic himself.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Samantha?
Nah.